It's a beautiful day for a ball game, for a ball game. Opening days here. Let's talk about it.
Are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy, and this is Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Please support the show and be a part of the Locked On Cubs community by following on all audio platforms, and you can watch, subscribe, and leave a comment on YouTube. Thanks so much for making us your first listen. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into discussion with you on all things Cubs. It is opening day. So excited to be with you whenever and wherever you may be listening, but we hope that it's on opening day as we're with you here on a Thursday. The countdown is over. Baseball is here, Sam. Cubs v. Brewers, Stroman v. Burns. And of course, we will be with you again at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time Thursday live on YouTube, recapping all things opening day and hopefully a Cubs victory as we could break out the W flag. Sam, this is really a holiday.
I feel great, Matthew. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this day since July 4th, 2022, when we debuted here.
Wow.
Because I knew it was going to be a rough couple of months. Why don't you tell the people? Go ahead. Embarrass me. Tell the people what I said on this very day last year on our old program. Go ahead.
So on our old show, before signing with Locked On, we did a show weekly. And 1 year ago, Sam guaranteed the Cubs would make the playoffs in 2023.
And here we are. And you know what? I don't feel terrible about that.
Wow.
I don't feel good about it, but I don't feel terrible about it.
And I was re-listening to that only about an hour ago, and you were very confident about it.
Yeah. And
for every dime you're worth, you said.
Well, oh boy. You know what I mean? That's picked up since I've said that. You know what I mean? Right. That's a little bit more of an expensive statement than it was about a year ago. No, let's just have fun. Go Cubs.
Okay, so no guarantees.
No. I'd like to back off on that and just say I like where the team's at. I do have one guarantee, though.
Oh, this is too funny.
And that's that this team's going to bring it every single day.
Go watch that.
Go watch that YouTube thing the Cubs just posted with Swanson and Tyone. It gave me chills. I wanted to get up from my seat and run through my back window on this 32-degree night in Chicago in late March.
And there's so much excitement in the air, and we're going to be locked in on all these ball games. We're very overjoyed by our own plans for post game and pregame and series preview, and we have that even for you today. We're gonna go over the path to victory for Thursday later in the show.
Yep,
players to watch for not only the season, Sam, but also for the weekend. I'm throwing in there
for the year,
and we're gonna start with some win totals and also just how we look at the season, just whether that's day to day, week by week, month by month. And
can I introduce my golf during this part, or do you want me to wait?
You have my approval on that as the executive producer.
Yeah, I got a nice thing that'll help our listeners kind of judge this campaign.
Fantastic. And over under right now from our great partners at FanDuel, 76.5. Of course, it opened one win less. It also was one win higher at one point, but it is 76.5 before they roll out the baseball. What is somebody knocking on your door?
No, I have a little bit I was going to do, but I'll wait till later.
Okay. So 76.5, and we're going to hammer the over, right?
Oh, we're going to hammer it 3 times for it. Sarah, it's opening day tomorrow. We're having fillets tonight. You know what I mean? Take the fish off. Take the night off. No, we're hammering the over.
Yeah, good bit.
I've already hammered the over.
Yeah, so you've put your money where your mouth is, as they say.
A lot of it on FanDuel. So you're welcome, FanDuel, for my business. I made this wager at 75.5 for the Chicago Northsiders.
Very good. So the boys in blue will likely be opening up. We haven't heard yet about the alternate blues, Sam, but I'm excited for the home whites as
Did you get a
saw on
chance to see my
Twitter.
tweet today?
Yes, 100%.
Did you laugh or no?
Oh, big time.
Okay, cool.
That was great content.
Yeah.
And what is your Twitter plan? What's your content plan for tomorrow? Because
A lot.
I would love for you to join me for the first couple of innings, but I think you probably want to be locked in your own place, right?
Yeah, and it's the Friday, Thursday, the third game of every series, or in this case, opening day, is a little trickier for me because of work. But I will be I will probably tweet 50 times tomorrow during the game.
Okay.
No, I'm
Well,
not exaggerating.
and no school for me, so I'll be locked into the game every single pitch as well.
Yeah, and do me a favor. I know that this really isn't concerning our listeners. Try not to text me during the ball game because you're a little ahead of me.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't want, when Rios takes Burns down Kenmore Ave, give me like an extra 30 seconds. I'll text you.
Got it. All right, that sounds good. I could plan on all that jazz. So,
Man, am I jacked up.
it's very exciting. The day is here, folks. The day is here, and spread the word about this program. So, I'm looking at this right now in a month-to-month setting.
Agree.
Okay, yeah, I could say that their win total is going to start with an 8, and that's lovely, but that's so far down the road, and really even surprising for myself, a little too big picture for my liking. So
Agree.
I'm going month to month. I know
Mhm.
you go day by day or series by series. You're going to
Pitch by
explain
pitch.
that in a minute or two.
Yeah.
But April was always my focus, and this 28 games, and I have their series in front of me with the records they have to go in order to be 15-13 at the end of this first month.
Love it.
Okay, so they have 3 with the Brewers.
Yep.
2-1. Okay, they got to win 2 out of 3 this series. You'll see why as we go through the slate here. They have to go 2-1 next week against Cincinnati. Then they have 3 with the Rangers, 2-1. 3 with the Mariners. I have them 1-2. Dodgers 1-2. A's 2-1. 4 with the Dodgers back at Wrigley, 2-2.
Oh, that's generous.
3 with the Padres, 1-2, and then they wrap up the month in Miami against the Marlins, 2-1 for a record of 15-13, and that's with neither extreme. I don't have the Cubs sweeping. I don't have them getting swept.
So this is a great transition into what I call baseball golf per series. So what I do is every series, I started this in 2015.
Oh, it dates back that far.
Yeah, so I think so. Might have been even earlier than that, and I just gave up when they were bad. So what happens is very similar to you. I set a par that the Cubs have to hit each series, and that is what their expected win total is. So what I did, so this is interesting. I broke down I did the first 2 series together this year because I can't sit here and look our listeners in the eyes, virtually and say, hey, the Cubs have to win 2 out of 3 at home against Milwaukee when you're facing Burns, Woodruff, and Peralta. So what I did is I combined the Cubs Red series and just did the first 6, and the par there is they have to be 3-3. So the way I looked at that is if they're 4-2, that's a birdie, they're 1 under. If they're 5-1, they're 2 under. If they're 2-4, they're 1 over, that's a bogey. And then the rest of the year, and now I don't do it in advance like you did because of injuries and such, but I could tell you Rangers at home will be 2 out of 3s a par. Mariners at home will be 2 out of 3s a par. Going into the Dodgers, a winning 1 would be a par. So it's pretty similar to what you have.
Yeah.
And I would say through the first 28, I had 14-14 as a par.
Got it.
If I look that far ahead, which I haven't, and then one other. The goal is the way it's broken down is you set your expectation for your team. The Cubs I have is 81-81. And so to make a playoff run, you probably are going to have to be 8-9 under par. And you do it for every series, and we keep track of it. And there's like in 97 in 2015 when they won 97 games, 81-81, they ended up going 16 under, folks.
Wow, yeah, that wins a tournament on the links.
You go under by winning series you weren't supposed to win, and
Okay.
you stay away from going over by beating who you're supposed to beat. So I didn't want to put too much pressure on this opening day series. So I actually put, like I said, 1-2, then go take 2 out of 3 and say 3-3 is fine. I think they're going to make some hay in the cold weather against warm weather teams like Texas and Seattle.
Mhm.
And then of course, having to play the Dodgers 7 times in a week and a half stretch isn't ideal. But I think you'd agree, if you have to do it, why not get it done early in April before they get going?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's advantages to that, and the weather for even this weekend is, it's a little bit um, non-seasonal for where the temperature should be. It's going to be a cold game Thursday, and then chances of rain on Saturday with some cold temps as well. So, if we recall last April, it wasn't as I don't want to recall it. But the weather was not good. So if
Right.
you have to play some of these harder ball clubs, yeah, maybe there is an advantage in April and even May. But I love the baseball golf analogy, Sam. I think I'm going to be forced to cook up a graphic for that
Yes.
as we keep track, and I think that's something that we can all get on board with for this 2023 campaign. We're going to give you some names to get on board with for this season, not only for the entirety of the 162, but perhaps even for this weekend. And we do that coming up next. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The Final Four is here, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Just go to fanduel.com/lockedon and sign up today to claim your no sweat first bet. You can wager on everything from the money line to point spreads to which team will be cutting down the nets. This is all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. So don't miss your shot at a no sweat first bet up to $1,000 when you join FanDuel today. Just go to fanduel.com/lockedon to sign up. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of Locked On Cubs. Welcome back into Locked On Cubs. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. We're in your ears, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. And pleased to announce the winner of the Apple Podcast Review giveaway is Noah Erickson. Thank you so much for leaving your review, and you have been selected as the winner of the Cubs jersey. So please get in touch with our very own Sam Olber.
That's me.
On Twitter or Instagram, and we would love to send you that Cubs jersey.
Noah Dickerson, right?
Noah Erickson.
Oh,
yeah.
Noah Erickson. Sorry.
And
football flashback, Eric Dickerson.
Yeah. And thank you everybody who did write a review. It was much appreciated.
We'll announce that again tonight as well.
As I was revisiting the players to watch 1 year ago on our old show, you had Scott F. Ross and Michael Hermosillo.
1 for 2.
Who can you give us a
1 for 2?
Keep an eye on for this year?
All right. Well, I'd like to separate it out. We know how I feel about MLJ. I'm not going to.
Mark Leiter Jr.
I already said him, and that's more of a fun thing to just try and not look really dumb like I did when I said it, and then he got cut from the ball club.
But he's pitching so well.
No, I know. So, but we all know him already. So I have 2 more for you.
Got it.
You cover this weekend. I'll cover long term.
Okay.
Because I don't think that this guy's going to have a great series this weekend because it's he's going to be facing some tough guys. But I've hinted at it. Edwin. Barry Bonds. Jason Giambi. Why am I using Why am I using all steroid users?
And since when are nicknames full names of other players?
Come on. Think of a lefty. Think of a great lefty that didn't do steroid. Ted Williams.
Yeah.
Edwin Rios. I just think if he plays 4 times a week, he's going to hit home runs for this club. And my pitcher, Can I get like a drum roll or something?
I don't have that. No.
No. Okay. All right. No Ringo Starr over
I don't
here.
want to
Okay.
shut down the recording.
I think that this guy is going to be more of a one-inning guy than you think he is, but I think he's going to end up being a fixture in the back end of ball games and maybe even before the season ends, an everyday closer. It's going to be figure out how to get out lefties. Adbert Alzolay.
Adbert, Dennis Eckersley, Alzolay.
Yeah, baby. I'm so jacked up, man. I can't even do the show today.
Okay, well, we still got some more time.
Okay. Those two guys are my guys. Watch out for those two. Edwin Rios, Alzolay.
All right, well, let me give you mine for the season and also just keep an eye on for the weekend.
Okay,
so
yeah, you could do both.
For the season, I have Miles Mastro.
Oh,
okay.
what a
and
great
we,
pick.
Of course, the Cubs haven't released their lineup yet, or even really their official opening day roster.
No, I mean, who knows? Bodie could lead off tomorrow.
Yeah. So Miles Mastro is my position player. Likely going to play mostly right, but could also play center and maybe some innings at second, short, and third. And then I have Julian Merriweather on the pitching side out of the bullpen.
Love it.
You'll even hear his name in the path to victory later in the show.
Love it.
But waiver pickup from the Blue Jays, and he's made this club fastball up to 97. The sweeping slider and a couple other plus pitches.
Who were your guys last year? Do you remember? I don't remember yours.
Oh, I just listened to the segment.
Well, comprehension's not your strong suit. You're an English teacher.
Okay. I don't know if I gave two names now that I'm thinking of it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
So, yeah. And of course, we know that, the Haps, the Horners, the Suzukis, they need to play well, folks.
Star's got a star.
Okay. But these are some other names to watch, or as we're going to call it for some of our pregame coverage, locked on players.
Oh, wow.
Who are you locked on? And this weekend, I'm locked on the two names that nobody had on their radar for the roster. That's going to be Luis Torrens on the position side, folks.
Yeah.
And Michael Rucker out of that bullpen in left field.
Yeah.
Okay, so Torrens and Rucker are my locked on players this weekend.
I like Mastro this weekend against the big stuff with Burns and Woodruff. I think his contact, I think that plays well. I expect him to start tomorrow, or if you're listening, this afternoon.
Okay. Right. And I expect Yelich. Never mind.
No, I expect him to hit some ground balls to the right side against Stroman.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. All right, so we have players to watch for the year. We have players to watch for the season. How can the Cubs actually win Thursday's ball game? We're going to lay all that out for you coming up next.
Yep. Yeah, we are.
Get ready for baseball season with Locked On MLB's ultimate 6-episode season preview. Our local and national experts give in-depth analysis of every team and division in a way only Locked On can provide. We have coverage of all 30 MLB teams here at the network, and you can find all 6 episodes, that's one for each division, on Locked On MLB's feed on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Welcome back into Locked On Cubs. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. This is Locked On Cubs opening day edition. Please remember to join us live at 5 p.m. Central on Thursday as we break down all things opening day. So we're also going to debut something this year in terms of a path to victory and what the Cubs need to do that specific day or series in order to fly the W. And it is Stroman versus Burns, Sam. I'm going to give you my pitching path first, and then we could get to the other side of the ball as well. So I think it's Stroman for 6, which you've either talked about here or off air.
No, we talked about it on here.
Okay. Stroman for 6, and I have 4 names that could go the 7th on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
I have Merriweather, Leiter, Thompson, and Alzolay. Could all possibly go the 7th. Fulmer in the 8th and Boxberger in the 9th. Any thoughts there?
Agree.
And I think 6 from Stroman's important.
No, it is.
I really do, because this early in the campaign, I do think you're going to have starters that only go 4 or 5.
And to that point, on the offensive side, my path to victory is make Burns work. Make him work. Get him out early. It's cold. He doesn't want to be out there. He didn't throw that great last year at Wrigley Field. They're going to be careful with him. There's some bad blood there between Burns and the Brewers. Try and get him out before the 6th and go from there. Because remember, folks, there is no Boxberger in that Brewers bullpen anymore. He's going to be on the Cubs now. There is no Josh Hader anymore. It's not that intimidating of a job. And you know that what the Brewers like to do. They like to bring in those, they like to go, if Burns starts and he's a heavy cutter guy, they'll bring in a lefty that comes in with some high gas. We got some guys that could hit high gas now. So the offensive side is get him out of there early, but make sure he's not efficient. If he dominates, make sure he has to work for it.
That's fantastic. And we'll preview the rest of the series when we are live at 5 on Thursday because we actually the rotation hasn't officially been announced either. So
no, we don't even.
We're not going to get that till Thursday morning either.
Kerry Wood could take the ball tomorrow.
Okay.
I mean, we don't know what's happening. Who's pitching on Saturday?
Zambrano's pitching Monday, I heard.
No, it's Kevin Tapani on Saturday. Okay, Kevin Tapani, Steve Hey, listen, you want to talk about a guy that would struggle with the pitch clock? Steve Traxel.
Oh, he was a human rain delay.
No, he was a human rain delay. It was like he was on a walker.
So we're guessing it's going to be Steele game 2, Tyone game 3, but we don't know.
Yeah, but we also didn't know that who Luis Torrens was until about 6 days ago.
Right. So, all right. So that's people.
Maybe he'll find the basket tomorrow.
It's possible. I think Mancini's going to have a big ball game.
Oh, man. Let's just keep shouting it out.
Yeah.
Hosmer's going to find the left field line. Bellinger may hit one down Kenmore Ave.
Horner with his new extension might go gap to gap for a couple doubles.
And he's going to be leading off that ball game.
That is one thing we do know.
No, we do know
thankfully. All right, so be with us live at 5 on Thursday. That's Central Standard Time. Also, we're going to be live, weather permitting, of course, Saturday, immediately after the final out. So live at 5 Thursday, immediately after the final out on Saturday. That's all going to happen live on YouTube.
Can I just say I've gotten 3 DMs today?
Yes.
One of them actually from Mr. Walker, who I know you're a fan of.
Oh, awesome.
All about, hey, one more day till opening day. One more.
Yeah.
Folks, it's go time.
It's here.
Okay? If you're listening, what you should be doing is listening to this show. It's probably the morning and you're prepping, and then you're only a couple hours away till first pitch.
No, it's
and there better not be a delay tomorrow. Play through it.
No delays.
No, there will be baseball on the north side tomorrow.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button for Locked On Cubs on YouTube and smash the like button and all your favorite Locked On Cubs content, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts on the audio side. And you can drop us a text or leave us a voicemail at 312-834-4634. Thanks for making Locked On Cubs your first listen every day. If you haven't drafted for your fantasy league yet, or if you have and you're keeping up with fantasy all season long, like both Sam and I are, make your second listen Locked On Fantasy Baseball. Win your league by listening to Matt and Dom every day on Locked On Fantasy Baseball. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.